How are you all doing, folks? We're back in the ALCHEMOTO garage for an extra special install, review and test on the new Aoshi BX series Apple CarPlay Android Auto unit. How cool is this? So this has landed on my doorstep courtesy of Aoshi. It's the brand new item out here. This features wireless CarPlay, Android Auto, navigation and GPS tracking, front and rear cameras, Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, and TPMS tyre pressure monitoring system. So we've got the smart BSD system, blind spot detection, and a quick release metal bracket design, all in this handy box. It's the world's first motorcycle navigation with physical blind spot detection, and we're going to fit this on the Pan America. So we're going to do a quick look what's in the box, show you guys, quick little run through on the install, and then test this thing out on the road. Let's bring you guys closer. Okay, so the differences with this as to the previous one I had fit on the Pan America, which was the C9 Pro or C9 Max. This is similar to the C6 Pro in comparison, with having the GPS navigation on it as well. So that's the only difference with this. So this is fully loaded. So you can see with the box here, the world's first motorcycle navigation screen with physical BSD. So let's open the box. As usual with Aoshi, very well presented. And there is a screen. So physical dimensions of the screen are similar to the C6 Pro or the C9 Max. Not much difference in that. But the great thing is it comes complete with the ball mount adapter. So that's going to go straight on my bike. I'm so glad they put this in. They are listening, that this is what the majority of us on the ADV bikes now are using, or any bike for that matter, to install this on your bike with a quick release mount and one plug to undo everything for quick release if you need to for security. So it's so handy having everything on one plug. The previous one had the one from the front and rear cameras and for the screen, so you had to remove 3 plugs to remove the unit. With this one plug, quick release, and then you can take that off with you. Okay, brilliant. This is the radar. Just dropped something there. So this will go in the rear of the bike. So this is picking up for the blind spot detection. So that is the first of this type you will see with the unit. Now, if you're not interested in the screen, I will be fitting this to my other bike. This is the in-off system, but that's a blind spot detection and cameras without the screen. So if you don't need the screen, that's going to be in a later video. But for now, we're concentrating on this unit as one complete package. Okay, so if you haven't got a ball mount mounting, they do supply one in the kit. So that will go onto here, tighten that up, and then that will lock your system into place. So that can be used on any type of handlebar mount, and it does have the little adapters here to go in to suit any different dimension of bars. Usual thing with a little toolkit, some cable ties, little Torx, Allen key, and a little screwdriver. And the great thing is they do supply an SD card. So micro SD card, 64 gig, is supplied with this unit. Okay, so what I've just discovered as well in the box is you have this little quick release bracket as well. So you can just use the ball mount if you so desire, because it takes 2 minutes to take it off with that. Or what you can do is take the ball off here, screw it onto here, and then you've got this quick release bracket as well that locks onto your bike. So that's a brilliant little addition that they've put on. But I think I'll just keep mine on the ball mount for now. But just remember, you have this option in the box to remove the unit from your bike if so desired. Brilliant. So this is just your front and rear cameras and all the wiring to that, which is pretty easy. We'll lay it all out and get it all on the bike. Okay, so we're going to do a super fast install. I'm not going to run through everything with you. I'll just pick up some points on the way. So we'll whip everything onto the bike now, just go through point to point with you before we go through, switch the unit on and go through everything with you. Okay, because I've already got the ball mount installed on the bike here, it's easy for me just to use that mounting. So all I'm going to do is undo that. Still leaves room for my GoPro on there, but for now I'm just going to leave that there until I get the wiring installed. Okay folks, so the Aoshi BX series is now fully installed on the Pan America. We're going to run through quickly how I've installed it on the bike and then get out on the road and test this out in a real life scenario. We're going to test the radar, test the features and show you guys how good these units actually are. Okay folks, so starting at the back of the bike, the most important feature here for the BX series is the radar. This is what sends a signal to your screen to give you those blind spot indicators on each side of your screen for someone under or overtaking on each side of your bike. You've got the camera here as well for the rear, similar to on the other models from the Aoshi range. And then to the front of the bike, we've got the front camera mounted here in a central position to give you those front views as well. So the install I've done on the screen, you can see I've used the quick release adapter, which is here. You press the little red button and then this unit will come away. One plug here to release that, and then you can take it for security off your bike. So how cool is that? So the wiring under here is just run underneath my seat and underneath the tank, and then all the other wiring is just tucked up down in the inside of the front of the tank there. This rain outside is absolutely throwing it down. I've got to go outside in a bit, folks. Okay, so when you switch the bike on, how cool is that screen? So on there you've got a full range of features, including your speedo, your compass, tire pressure monitoring, your mobile screen access, recorder, radar settings and full settings to the Android Auto unit. So you've got a full range of settings here. Okay folks, so we'll run through all the features when we're out on the road. I don't want to do it in a garage scenario. I want to test this thing out in real time. Hopefully when this rain stops though, because I don't want to get a soaking. But I'm used to that. So we'll do that, get out on the bike in a bit when this rain clears and show you guys on the road how the BSD works and the features on the bike, the connectivity to your phone, etc, etc, and see how good this unit actually is. So we'll see you in a little bit back out on the bike. Okay folks, so we're on the road testing the Aoshi BX Android Auto unit. So we're just going to do a short ride, get over to somewhere scenic, stop and show you guys the features. But we'll do this little short ride so we hopefully have some traffic behind us just to show the capability of the BSD. So there's a car behind us now, so when we come to this junction in a bit, hopefully we'll see the radar work wherever the car is. So I'm doing 15 miles an hour. So of course from earlier on, that heavy rain which blasted us for hours and hours has finally disappeared and the roads are drying up. So fortunately give me just a chance to nip out and test the unit. So the BX series is about the same size as the C9 Max or Pro, or C6 for that matter. They're all pretty similar in size. Map size, you can see you've got a big black band around this. I'm not sure actually, I'm sure the actual screen map size was bigger in the C9 that I had on previously. I just can't remember now, I'd have to look back on the footage. But because of this black band, I don't know whether you can take that off for those settings underneath and increase the size of that or not. I'm not too sure. But one thing you do have on the app is obviously the availability to download your MP3 files that it's saved. So if there's any particular one you want, you can download that to your phone. The bonus is if you've got a call coming through and you've got a headset on as well, which I have, I've just not got that linked at the moment, is that I can answer the phone rather than pressing my headset. I can press on the remote control here. So that's similar to a Linkyphone unit that I tested about 18 months ago, maybe a little bit less, which has the same or similar sort of remote on your handlebars here. I couldn't fit it here because I've too much going on with my LED lights, spot lamp controls and my phone mount here, so I had no room. But here is fine, just to leave your hand off and you can press answer on there. If you so desire, you can also take a picture as well. So I think that's that top button there, and that switches to the screen view, so you can see that's showing the front camera now. But I've not got it calibrated yet because of course it's showing 0 miles per hour, so I need to figure that one out as soon as. That's just the GPS with the compass and everything, so once that's all logged in it'll be fine. I'm still finding out a little bit, so if you look at that, my Pan Am speedo at 35 mile an hour is absolutely spot on with the Aoshi unit speedo there at 36, so that's good. So if you got it on that screen, you don't got your maps on, I'm actually not looking down, I've got that right in front of me, so I've got a second control unit, which looks pretty cool as well. So all the time I've been riding to here, I've had no car behind me to test out the radar. There was one car then behind, there you go, and it just flashed up there as you can see, just as that car went past. So luckily, just before we stopped to do a little in-depth review off the bike, we got the radar function. Okay folks, let's run through some of the features on the Aoshi BX series on the bike. So there you go folks, when you boot it up, it's pretty special already without a boot up screen. I have emailed Aoshi to ask, can you do a custom boot up screen like the other models? But to be honest with you, I'm pretty happy with that as it is. So you can see you've got the speedo in the middle, compass point here, tyre pressures here, and then all your little sort of Wi-Fi symbols, BSD, it's going blurred there on my camera, memory card and camera options. So currently it's recording now when you switch it on. We've got the mobile screen there, the recorder, radar settings and settings there. So like mobile screen, okay, that just goes to my phone, which is linked to maps. So we've got the map screen there, and then you can press and have like headlines and things like that for you. You can customize this. This is on news at the moment. You can have storybooks or whatever you want on there while you're riding. Settings there, motor navis, that's the one, that's the app that you download, and that's what you're going to take your pictures and video shots to on the motor navi. So we'll have to do that on the phone, which I'm using now, but that's the one you use. So when you get the box and open it up and install it, there'll be a little thing to tell you to download the app, and then you can take that straight to your phone. Okay, so if we go to the home screen, so that's down on here, that takes you to the cameras. So you can flick the cameras. So you go from home, and then rear camera, front camera, and then that just takes you to your screen with your tyre settings as well. Like I said, you can have an alarm if your tyre pressures go low to give you a warning, or too high. Go back to the home screen, and then on this one here you've got playback, record function, so you can stop the recording, which is what I've done now. You can take a snapshot there, that's your sound on or off, lock or unlock the video. So if you want to record a certain video, you can lock that and it locks the current file, so it won't overwrite the file. And then settings here, video duration, so you can set the video duration time, record and switch, format the SD card, post-recording settings, that's if you're sort of left and right on drive, you can flip the image or upside down. Collision sensitivity for the radar, I've got mine set on medium. And sentinel mode, so sentinel mode, let's just try this. If we switch the bike off, so what sentinel mode should do is when someone's messing with your bike, that will quietly switch itself on and record from both front and rear cameras. So if you're parked up and you get a car that hits you from behind, bang into the back of your bike, that should start recording. The same goes with the front, or if anyone's trying to steal your bike, mess with your bike, then that should start recording the file. So that's a pretty cool function. So again, you can see the radar. So I've put mine there because if I put it over the centre, obviously I'm going to be blocking my brake lamp. So I've got the camera on the left hand side and the radar on the right. So that's been working pretty efficiently while I've been on the road. So whether I've got a car to the left or right hand side of me, it will tell me on the screen, and it lights up on red either on this side or on both sides. It will flash with an audible warning as well to tell you someone's trying to overtake. So the BSD function, the first of its kind to be fitted onto a Android Auto or Apple Carplay device on a motorbike. And like I say, there is others available, and I will be testing the BSD camera unit on my other bike, on the Sportster, soon. but that hasn't got a screen. That is basically an inbuilt CCTV for your bike without the screen. So I'm looking forward to seeing what that's like. But if you want to use a CarPlay device or Android Auto on your bike, this is the latest gadget to have. So if you're looking for a Apple CarPlay Android Auto device for your bike, now I tested quite a few of these on bikes over the last 18 months or so, and I turned down quite a few that emailed me from companies that want me to test theirs. The reason I've stuck with Aoshi is because it's been one of the most reliable units that I've tested, and I've had the C9 on my bike since last year through rain, sunshine, snow, and it's been absolutely faultless, which is one of the reasons why, with them supporting me, I stick with their make. So I will only test things that I will use myself on my bike. So on that note, if you want to get yourselves one of the Aoshi BX series Apple CarPlay Android Auto units for your bike, then I'll pop a link down in the description. And for that, if you click that link, you will get yourselves a 22% discount. How cool is that? Okay folks, so there you go, the Aoshi BX series with BSD. So like I said, the only updates you're getting are a fancy new screen to any of the previous models, but you're getting the BSD function as well. So with that, the cameras and everything else, and your maps, and don't forget, you've got GPS as well on this, so that is a massive bonus. I didn't have that on my C9 Pro or C9 Max. Didn't come with GPS, so with this one having that on now, you've got the best of both worlds, plus you've got that blind spot detection, which is great. And I find the blind spot detection is not just going to come into its own while you're riding from cars trying to overtake in your blind spot, but say if you're in a group ride as well, with 20, 30 riders, or even 5 riders for that matter, when you're in close proximity, which does happen, and someone wants to overtake and you can't see it, well there you go, you've got it now. That'll come up on each side of that screen. Unfortunately, where I am at the moment, there's not much traffic behind me, so I'm not giving it the best test on the radar. Well, hopefully we'll get that in a little while. So again, going through your functions, your home screen, switch to your camera modes there. I'm still getting used to this, folks. And if you want to take a snapshot, rear camera, front camera, take a snapshot, photo taken successfully. So there you go. It's not that easy when you've got gloves on, as you know. Surely I'm going to have a car come up in a minute, surely. Yeah, unless it's overtaken, it's not going to go off, which is a good thing, because otherwise, there you go, because it's on the near side now, you can see the alarm flashing then, which is good because it's not picking right in the centre, so it's not going to go off every 2 minutes, the alarm. No false alarms, in other words. That's a nice little pizza place. Can't wait all day. So there you go, folks. Overall, really happy with that unit. So like I said, if you want to get yourself one of these, link down in the description, 22% off. What a brilliant buy. Get one fitted on your bike. I thoroughly recommend, and that's from the heart. Thank you, Aoshi, for another brilliant product. And thanks for watching, guys. If this is your first time watching ALCHEMOTO, please do hit the subscribe button. Please like, share and comment if you dare. But until the next time, we'll be seeing you later. ALCHEMOTO signing out. See you later, folks.